If you are over 60, there is one simple habit that may be quietly shaping your health every single day. And what makes this so surprising is not how complicated it is, but how easily it becomes part of your routine without you ever questioning it. Most people don't think of it as harmful. In fact, many people believe it is completely normal, something they have done for years, something that feels comfortable, familiar, and even necessary at times. But over the past several years, more attention has been given to how small, repeated behaviors can influence the way the body functions, especially as it ages. And what researchers and doctors have started to observe is that certain daily patterns may affect how well your body is able to support itself over time, particularly when those patterns involve long periods of doing very little movement. What makes this even more important is that your body after 60 does not respond the same way it once did. It becomes more sensitive to habits, more dependent on consistency, and more influenced by what you do repeatedly throughout the day. And the reason this matters is because the effects of this habit do not show up right away. They build slowly, quietly, and often without any clear warning, until one day your body begins to feel different in ways that are difficult to explain. So what exactly is this daily habit? Why does it matter more after 60? And how can something so simple influence your body over time? As your body ages, it continues to work in remarkable ways, but the pace and efficiency of certain processes begin to shift. Your body's ability to repair itself becomes slightly slower. Its response to stress changes. The way it manages internal balance, including inflammation and energy, also begins to evolve. These are natural changes, and they do not mean that something is wrong. But they do mean that your body becomes more influenced by the patterns you repeat every day. When you are younger, your body can often adapt quickly, even when your habits are not ideal. It can recover faster, adjust more easily, and maintain balance with less effort. But over time, consistency becomes more important than intensity. What you do every day begins to matter more than what you do occasionally. And this is where small habits begin to carry more weight than most people realize. And this is exactly where many people unknowingly fall into a pattern that works against them. The habit that feels normal for seniors. The habit we are talking about is something that feels completely normal, and in many cases, even deserved. It is the habit of staying inactive for long periods of time without interruption. This might look like sitting for extended hours, watching television, reading, using a computer, or simply resting for most of the day. And while rest is important, especially after years of being active, prolonged inactivity can begin to affect how your body functions. The reason this habit is so easy to overlook is because it does not feel harmful in the moment. There is no immediate discomfort, no sudden change, no clear signal that something is wrong. But over time, your body begins to respond to this lack of movement in subtle ways. Because what happens next is something most people never connect back to this habit. What happens inside your body? When your body remains still for long periods, circulation begins to slow down. Blood flow becomes less efficient, which means oxygen and nutrients are not delivered as effectively to your cells. At the same time, your muscles are not being engaged, which can lead to gradual weakening. But beyond muscles and circulation, movement also plays a role in how your body regulates internal systems. Your body relies on regular movement to support balance across multiple functions, including how it processes energy, responds to stress, and maintains overall stability. When movement is limited, these systems may not function as efficiently as they could. This does not mean that something will go wrong immediately. But over time, small changes can begin to accumulate. And because these changes happen gradually, they are often not noticed until they begin to affect how you feel on a daily basis. The signs most seniors ignore: your body is always communicating with you, but it often does so in quiet ways. You may feel more tired than usual even when you have rested. You might notice stiffness when you stand up after sitting for a while. Your energy levels may fluctuate, or you may feel less motivated to move. Some people begin to feel slightly unsteady, while others notice that simple activities feel a bit more effortful than before. These are not always seen as warning signs, and they are often dismissed as normal aging. But in many cases, they can be linked to a lack of regular movement throughout the day. But here is the part that most people find surprising: the simple shift that makes a difference for seniors. The solution to this is not complicated, and it does not require intense exercise or major changes. It simply involves breaking up long periods of inactivity with small, consistent movements. Standing up every 30 to 60 minutes, stretching your body, or taking short walks throughout the day can help support circulation and engage your muscles. These movements do not need to be long or difficult. What matters most is that they are done regularly. Even small actions, when repeated consistently, can help create a more supportive environment inside your body. Why small movements matter for seniors. Movement acts as a signal to your body that it needs to stay active and responsive. It helps maintain muscle strength, supports circulation, and encourages your body to function more efficiently. When you move regularly, you are not just exercising your muscles. You are supporting multiple systems that rely on movement to stay balanced. Over time, these small actions can contribute to how your body feels, how it moves, and how it responds to daily life. What makes this so important is not just the habit itself, but how we think about it. Many people believe that if they are not doing anything harmful, they are doing enough. But sometimes it is not about what you are doing wrong. It is about what your body is missing. And in this case, what your body may be missing is regular, consistent movement throughout the day. If this habit sounds familiar, the good news is that it is something you can begin to change today. You do not need to make drastic changes or push yourself beyond your limits. You simply need to introduce small moments of movement into your day. And over time, these small changes can help support your body in ways that feel natural, sustainable, and effective.